Oh my god. I just recorded this video only to discover that my mic was off. Very professional. In in my defense, it's because I just got a new Blue Yeti, and I clearly don't know how it works yet. So complicated. It's got a knob and a button on it. Ooh. But actually, that's a good enough transition into what I want to talk about, which is that I am working on improving my channel. I have a new laptop, which I'm recording on right now. I have a new phone, which I'm hoping will have better video quality than the laptop. And I even got a ring light to go with my phone. So, hopefully my audio quality, leaning over into the mic here, hopefully my audio quality and my video quality will improve going forward. I certainly hope so. That's definitely more of a motivation for me, sort of independently from the kind of videos I want to make. It's a motivation to do stuff because I can do it better. And with that in mind, I do need help on the flip side of that, which is the ideas and motivation to actually follow through on them. I'm sort of scatterbrained when it comes to stuff I'm interested in and stuff I want to do. Every time I rediscover something in my collection that I really like, or I'm comparing things in my collection and it's like, ooh, I want to talk about this, or I want to review this, or this gives me an idea for a video essay type thing I want to do. Or I watch a season of Kamen Rider and there's something I really want to talk about and share my ideas, in a way that's not an obnoxious 15 post Twitter thread or something like that. And it's just ideas on top of ideas on top of ideas, and I want to do them all, and I can't do them all, and then just my brain fritzes out, and then I end up doing nothing. And that's honestly part of the reason that I haven't really been able to contribute much to what my channel has been putting out over the years, is because when I put things out, it's either because I quick come across something that I really 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 want to do, and then that happens, it's sort of like a burst, and then that's it. Or I figure out something that I can do really quick and just get it out there, and then that's not even really part of the list of ideas. That's still sitting there as a block, and I didn't even chip away at it, so the motivation still hasn't drawn out the things that it's supposed to. And despite all that, I somehow have 115 subscribers. I would say that's through no fault of my own. I don't even have 115 videos on the channel, I don't think. So, I'm really, really thrilled that, there are people who did subscribe, even if you're somebody who subscribed and then forgot about it. Considering how often I upload, I expect that's more people than I want to actually know about. But there are people who watch my videos, people who have been subscribing, who are interested in or like the stuff I do, and I want to give you more of what you like and more of what you want. And with that in mind, I'm trying to think of a few ways to give you a voice in how I do things with the channel, as well as admittedly take some of the load off of me for figuring out what to put into it. Because if I'm trying to get myself to do something and I have everything I want to do, then it's borderline impossible for me to actually do that. Whereas, if a bunch of people say, do this, make this video, talk about this topic, it's extra motivation. It's taking the pressure off of me to decide. It gives me something that people want to see, so I'm motivated to deliver on that and make it, good quality, rather than just doing it to get it off my list, if that makes sense. I'm rambling as per usual, but that's how I think about it. And like I said, I have a few ideas for how to do that. The first one is sort of your standard, open forum type discussions. If there's topics or shows or movies or particular toys that you want me to cover, suggest them. I don't know if I can do community posts. I know I can't stream live on my phone because I don't have the number of subscribers you need to do that. I don't know if community posts are locked the same way. I'll try to figure that out. And if there's other ways to do it, like on Twitter or you know, whatever it is, I can figure out something to do to just be able to talk to people. Maybe Discord. Personally, I don't like using Discord. It's just too overwhelming. But if it's a thing I can do, I'll try it out. You know, maybe being on the other side is actually more manageable than just like being a lurker who gets 10,000 notifications a day. But that's one of the ideas. The other one is a little bit more structured, which is that, like I said, I have a whole pile of ideas that I want to do and items and other things that I want to talk about. And I'm going to put that out there. You know, I have my wish list of toys that I want to review, of, you know, video essays I want to make, of, you know, tokusatsu seasons that I'd like to discuss, or characters, or whatever it is. And so by putting it out there and letting, you know, the voice of the people say what you want, that again takes some of the decision off of me, and I get to do one of my ideas, so it's a win-win. And then the third one is the big one in a lot of ways, and it's the one I feel conflicted about, and you're probably going to think it's weird, and I think it's weird, and like, you know, I've been cringing about it since I thought it up, but I'm going to go for it because what the heck? The worst that happens is people don't like it, and, you know, I'll shut it down. But I'm starting a Patreon. That's what this video is. You know, you saw it in the title. It's the thing that I'm linking to in the Patreon campaign, is like the intro video. I'm actually making the Patreon account right now. I stopped in the middle of doing it because it wanted the video, so I'm recording it. But Patreon is a thing, right? It's a platform for you to support creators of videos or art or whatever it is in different ways. You know, when I contribute to Patreons for the YouTube channels I watch, I will admit I'm not like a big donor. You know, I chuck in $1 or $2 a month, but it's because, you know, I like the content they make. I want to support them, and, you know, in a small way beyond just being subscribed. And it's not like I do that for every YouTube channel. It's just, you know, my favorite ones. And those ones have like a tier system. You know, if you donate a certain amount of money, you get, you know, early access to videos, or there's like merch associated, or, you know, like you can request video topics. That's like a big high level one. But the whole point of me doing all of this community engagement stuff is to source ideas for topics. So instead of making it tiered like that, what I'm thinking we could do is essentially like a vote with your dollars type of system. You know, like all collectors, I have a wish list of stuff that I would like to get to have and then possibly talk about. And if there's something that I don't have, you know, on my list of what's in my collection that, you know, shows up on my wish list, that I would share with the group, and it's something, you know, you would like me to review, rather than just sort of throwing money into the channel for like nebulous support. You know, the money would go in and then be backed up by, you know, essentially, what is the word? Bookmarking it, you know, to go to a specific thing. So, you know, like, for example, you know, there's a new Optimus Prime out, and it's something I'm interested in. If that's something you'd want me to talk about, and it's something I'm trying to get, you know, if that gets fully funded, you know, across people donating money and then voting for their donations to go towards purchasing that, then that becomes, you know, the next topic. And, you know, I know it's kind of cynical, you know, it's like, I guess it's e-begging in a way, you know, basically saying like, buy my toys for me. That's sort of how it feels like, and I hate that. But if I'm going to start a Patreon, which I'm interested in seeing how it goes, seeing if people even would want to contribute money to the channel, you know, the whole point of taking money for the channel is that I'd be investing it back into what I do. And what I do in a lot of ways is just talking about the stuff in my collection. So if I'm growing the channel, I'm growing my collection, it would make sense to me to put the money from the Patreon towards that. And if the money from the Patreon is going towards that, I want you to have a say as to where it goes. Because if that's coming in and I'm just, you know, getting stuff to get stuff and then it never ends up on the channel, it's like money that you're donating that you're not seeing, you know? And like, I want it to be visible. I want there to be, like tangible receipts for what's happening. In the same way, like if I was, upgrading to a microphone, you'd want to see that. You'd want to hear the results of it, proof that I'm actually doing that. Or, like lighting setup or, whatever. And like, I'm not asking for this to become like a lifestyle. Like I'm not supplementing my income with this. I'm not becoming a full-time YouTuber or anything like that. It's just an idea to sort of take, the very basic concept of what Patreon is as a platform and, have it contribute to the channel in a way that I think makes sense. And, like I said, I contribute to Patreons. I know that it's also a discussion platform. Having it there for contributors as a way to suggest things and vote on things is good. And, I'm not trying to lock it off, which is why I started with, the things that are just open, free. Like if the Patreon doesn't work out, nobody donates, people don't like it, whatever, it's gone. And then the other two ideas stand as just, tell me what you do, tell me what you want, and we'll get it done. But if you're interested in financially supporting the channel, supporting the collection, that's how I think about how it might work. So I'm going to go edit this down, upload it to YouTube, link to it on Patreon, finish setting up my account, figure out how Patreon works, and then I'll be back after that with an update video about, how it could work, what actually needs to be done to like access it. And I'll also figure out like what other ways I can engage people outside of that. And, we'll get down to work. I want to do stuff for you. Hopefully you want me to do stuff. And that's really at the heart of what this is. I essentially want you to tell me what to do so that I can end up making the content that everybody likes. So this is Hyboman signing off. Stay tuned and we'll see what happens.